a fun one to show you. Probably should have taken something to drink before I started the video, but who cares? All right, so new buddy of mine owns a recycling company and wanted a recycling watch. So we had done, I sent a couple pictures of some builds that I've done in green, and he really liked this green Kraken that I did and wanted the same layout except for his dial. So we had it custom painted in this nice like anno green. So straight on, it's just a normal green, but when you get it in the light, it's got this awesome green shine to it. So very cool pop to it. So did that, sanded it down, so we have the nice polished kind of look to the raised logo, the recycling logo. So white handset, did a custom painted seconds hand. That green dot does not loom, it's just there for color to kind of match this green out here. Okay, so white seconds hand. Then we've got a brushed case, and it's brushed in a circle. So if you ever get a nick or scratch anything, just take the green side of a Scotch-Brite and brush it in. You might just do one pass, just don't go back and forth. Okay, it won't work. You'll end up having to just go one way. It's so weird that it's like twice as much work to just go one way, but just do that. And then we've got a tall, let's get that to focus here. Tall coin, bezel with that green diver style insert on there. Got the recycling logo engraved here on the crown. And then we also did that on the Horween leather. So we've got a nice darker, I don't remember what we call this. I think we call this English tan. So darker leather here. No, this is chestnut. I think that's what that is. This is chestnut. Then we do the tan for both the keeper and the patch. And if you can see, the edges are painted to kind of go, they go together with each other. So then some green stitching on there. It's not as bright of a pop, the green stitch on there, but it is definitely green. You can see the brightness as it goes over the lighter color there. And then we also have a brushed clasp too. Same thing with this. If you ever nick it or scratch or something like that, just go down and just brush it back in. And then on the back, we've got a silver rotor. We've got a medium-sized exhibition case back, but it is super, super, super low rise, so it's going to sit on your wrist a little bit better. Also, I just noticed this. See how we went this way and they both move? When you go this way, it kind of stops. Can you see the little bit of hang up where it is down there? That's just because this from here to here is a little thicker than from here to here. So all you have to do is pull, and then it goes around it. Now over time, as you're wearing it and you're taking it on and off, it's going to rub itself through here and just be a little bit more smoother. But if you bring it up to this and then you drop it back down, you'll see they'll kind of hang. Now you can force it, but here it's not going down until I pull it. Now, so just a tiny pull. You'll see what I mean. So it's just that thickness on the end of that, because it's a piece of leather that goes this way and it's folded back over on itself. And then it's glued and stitched. So it's one piece of leather that goes from here to here, and that's that looped area. So if that makes sense to you. So we can only make them so thin there, but you have to do at least the thickness of... Now, we do the edge paint on the side so you can't see it, but at an angle you can kind of see that it's two pieces, right? And then it's put together. So you have that thickness that's being wrapped right there. So unless we do thinner leather, which we're not going to do. So just a little bit of a hiccup for a little while, and then it works itself in, and then it's super cool. So so also on that stainless steel movement holder, you can't really tell, but these come with a plastic one, and I put a stainless one in there. It sounds like I'm getting more mail. I'm getting lots of mail. They brought me mail this morning. That's not focusing there. So they brought me lots of mail this morning, including your custom box that I'm going to show next. But apparently they were running behind or something, because they've got a weird situation going on with my mail. Like in the last 2 weeks, I've been getting a new mail person every day. And yesterday I had 3 different mail carriers come to my house bringing me stuff. It's super strange. But let's get into further on the watch. So hopefully the wife will get that. Hey, Nina. Okay, somebody heard it. I heard somebody moving through the house. So bezel's held on with a tension ring. You can go left. You can go right. It does not click. It's just held on with a tension ring. So just so you know. Automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, wear it, put it in a watch winder. But if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, like let's say you are driving or something like that, make sure you pre-wind it just a little bit. What you got to do is back off the crown from the threads. You'll hear it and you'll feel it clicking. At that point, you can wind. So wind is a turn away from you. A turn back towards you does nothing, but it's a lot easier to keep your spacing and just go back and forth like this. Man, I'm getting a lot of packages. She's still scanning. So if you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, even if you're not very active, you'll keep time. If you do it for something closer to 15, 20 seconds of this, you're going to max out your 31 plus hour power reserve. You can't overwind it, so you can just keep winding this all day if you want. You just won't get any more than your 31 plus hour. I've had these things go for pushing 2 days, where I've wound them for a customer just to make sure it's good. I just kept winding, and it's maxed out. And it's ran for pushing 2 days. It's definitely more than the 31. So, but I can't quote it. I don't really know. I'd have to literally time one to see what it does. And I have never done that. So at this point, you can then pull the crown out, and at this point, you can set your time. So you've noticed that you've got a wobble crown. It's going to deflect lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement. So it's basically rolling if you're pushing and pulling on it. So it's not bending anything. So what you can do if you don't like that wobble in your fingers or whatever, just kind of pull back, put a little tension in there, and you won't have to worry about it. You won't even know you have a wobble crown if you do this. But that said, it's got a clutch system in here. You can go from winding it to setting the time, but you cannot go from setting the time to winding it. You'd have to screw it back down, because as you can see, I'm out here. If I drop it back down to here, there's no clicking, and it's not setting the time. I caught it a little bit, pulling it back just slightly back here. So in order to wind again, you've got to put it back in. So you're going to wind first, then set your time, and then screw it back down. Okay, Google, what time is it?
3:12 p.m.
3:12 p.m. So we are right in here. You just push it right back over and thread it down. And that is your build, sir. Sorry if this video was a little bit longer than normal. Just had a couple little things going on there. And this is your first watch from me, so I wanted to tell you about that part, because you might go, oh, wait, what do I do here? I'm bending on it. You just give it a little pull and it goes right down. So there's that part of it. You're going to have matching beads. Whether you wear them is entirely up to you. But they are in there. You've got your custom matching box in green, special edition box. And then with your build, obviously I throw in a business card, but you're going to have your laser etched personalized metal build and warranty cards for you. And you're going to have some watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts. So everything here at the top. You're going to have some leather conditioner to make sure that stays super soft every 6 months or so, or if you think it's getting a little rough against the your wrist, it will be on the inside, not necessarily on the outside. But if you think it's doing that, put a little bit on there, just rub it in and let it set. A little bit will go a long way, so don't go ape dabbing this. You're probably going to dab in there and go, I have enough to coat the whole damn thing, and I've got way too much on here. So just do a little bit at a time, you'll see. And then lastly, some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged into these little squeezy containers that we do. This is a fine scratch remover, as this is an acrylic glass and you can scratch it. It's very easy to scratch. It's an acrylic glass. But if you do, no big deal. put a tiny bit of this on it and buff against it using a microfiber. If you lose this or whatever, you want to use an ultra microfiber. You want to use a microfiber that doesn't actually leave microfibers on stuff, like what you use on a car. There's two different ones. Some of them they're microfibers, but they're kind of fluffy. You don't want that. You don't want actual microfibers left. You want them kind of the nylon-y style. But anyway, buff against it, fill in that scratch. If you can put some heat behind your thumb, like where you're actually polishing it, it will solidify even quicker. But only use what you need because you're just filling a scratch. The rest is going to soak into the rag and get pushed all around the dial, and it's going to have nowhere to go other than possibly down under your bezel. And if it does, you're just going to have to use canned air to get it out. But everything's there to take care of your watch, buddy. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your support. And if you want me to make you a custom watch, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks for your time, guys.